Hello, Virgo. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already prayed, shuffled, and prepared the decks. I'm going to pull from a few different decks today. We're going to pull from the Gaia Oracle deck as well as the Universal Wisdom deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. I'm going to get a couple from the Oracle of the Angels by Mario Dugai, and then going to get a couple from the Whispers of Love by Angela Hatfield. And Ascension. Almost pretty close. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and lift them each up one at a time as we go over them so that you can see them. Okay? Okay. Let's go ahead and start off. First card we have is Apprehension. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, moving out into the world, doubt and fear. And what I'm getting is that a number of you have just been paralyzed because of fear, of doubting yourself, worrying about the future, worrying about the outcome of your situation, just really doubting yourself and your abilities and what's going to happen, and am I going to be hurt again? Is it going to be a success? And what the angels are wanting you to know is that you have nothing to fear at all. Take that first step to jump in, to just do it. Because they're saying that the longer you procrastinate and put it off, the harder it's going to be. And the more fear and doubt that you're going to have built up in yourself. So don't put it off. Take that first step. The first step, it's always the hardest. But once you take that, you'll find that you have more steps and the pace will increase. And the things that you desire will then be able to manifest and manifest quickly, but you're going to have to take that first step. So have the confidence in yourself. Be brave. Know that you've got this. You're capable. And for those of you that it's love, know that you're lovable. And don't let worries and concerns of the past, worries and concerns about succeeding, block you and keep you from moving toward your desires, because they're really encouraging you to move forward. And the next card, which actually ties into the first, is Healing. And at the bottom, if you can read it, it says reconnecting with your true nature. And you'll notice she's kind of hiding behind a tree. So this is to signify that many of you have been doing a lot of internal analyzing, reflecting. You've really been going inward to really reflect on, what it is that you truly desire. What really is your heart's desire in love, in career, and family and goals. But you've really been doing that reflecting. And I get a number of you have been doing quite a bit of healing in order to bring those dreams to fruition. But I'm getting for a number of you, you've just been stuck. And I'm getting for a number of you've been stuck for a while, and you don't understand why. You've gone and reflected. You've gone inside. A number of you, you've been praying, you've been asking God and Archangel Raphael for help, and it's still not coming to fruition. And I get that some of you, you're just so frustrated. You're just, when is this going to happen for me? Why is this not working? Why won't this block go away? And they're saying, let go, let God. So you guys are going to get a story. Bear with me. They'd like me to share this with you to help you kind of understand why those of you that are stuck in this situation are just almost, again, get an image of almost like at your wit's end with frustration because you just don't know what to do. Many times in doing energy medicine, energy work, I often find with clients and a number of people that when I'm working on them and they're stuck at a point in their life where they're really wanting to meet the love of their life, but nothing works and nothing's worked for years, or they really don't have the money to meet their bills, but they've struggled financially their entire life and even have a good job but can't make ends meet. And I get this, that these are similar situations for a number of you. You're just constantly struggling with money, constantly not getting the love of your life. Even for some of you, you've got health blocks and health concerns, and you just don't know what to do. And what they're saying is, it's a connection to past lives and emotional traumas. And when I mentioned earlier that I see this often, okay, then let me go ahead and give you guys an actual story example. Okay, so when I'm working with clients, and actually these are some of the observations I'm going to be putting in my dissertation paper, I often find that when people are blocked, that there is something, a trapped emotion, a trapped experience, maybe a vow or something that they took did experience in a past life. So the problem is when it's in a past life, we're not even aware of that consciously. And we have no idea that that's what's blocking us from the things our heart truly desires. So for some of you, maybe it's finances and struggling your whole life and you can't make ends meet. Well, you may have very well taken a vow of poverty in a past life. And for some of you that, you're struggling to find the love of your life, you may have taken a vow of chastity. And then for a large number of you, it very, very well and is highly likely that these blocks are stemming from an emotional trauma in your past. So the story that I want me to share with you. So I have a client that I'd done a number of readings, and every time she wanted to know about romance, and I kept telling her that your angels are saying that you have to get a healing session. Your love life, it's not going to improve until you have a healing session. And I finally had to tell her I wasn't going to do any more readings for her at all until she did a healing session. And she was apprehensive because she's like, I've never had a toxic relationship, bad breakup. I've got a good life and relationship with my dad. I don't have anything broken with me and men. And I told her, I said, well, I don't know what the details are, but there is something there that will have to be healed. And we're going to have to do a healing session in order for your love life to ever move forward or for you to have a love life. And so lo and behold, we do this healing session. And when we came, and when I finished everything up and I was then going and discussing the session, the healing session with her, I had asked her about her endometriosis. And I asked her, I said, you often have a lot of pain and cramps and a lot of very bad excruciating pain. And you've had that for years. And she's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know what it was, but yes, I've got that. And then I shared with her, I said, you're not comfortable with men. When you're in a room and it's just you and a man, you're actually really apprehensive. You're scared, you're worried, and you don't even know why. You're afraid. And she reluctantly said yes. And I went on to tell her that I even get she's uncomfortable discussing anything sexually related. Like if there's any sexual conversation, she's totally mortified and embarrassed and even disgusted. And she was embarrassedly, reluctantly said yes, that's her situation. But then I shared with her why, and that there is nothing wrong with her. She's amazing, she's whole, she's perfect. That all stemmed because of 2 past lives that she had. I had to go to a past life where she had an older family member who was sexually molesting her. Then I had to go to a past life where she was a sex slave and she had sexual mutilation done to her and had to heal and release that. And the problem is those things from those 2 past lives, often when we have fear and anger, it will manifest physically in our body somewhere in our stomach region. And I found correlations depending upon what the experience is and which organ it will manifest in. And oftentimes with women, if it is something that's a sexual trauma, it will manifest in feminine organs and it will cause endometriosis, cysts, tumors. And in her situation, it manifested in endometriosis. But that was all healed and released that day by the grace of God, because it's not me. God, I'm simply His tool. He works through me. I open up and He works divine miracles. After that healing session, she's able to move forward in her love life, and she's now moving forward. She no longer has that pain. She's now pain-free, all because of something she was not even aware of. So I share that with you, and they wanted you to know that, because a lot of you that are just at your wit's end and just don't know what to do and are so frustrated, it's because you've got a block that you're unaware of. So they're encouraging you, for those of you that have just been praying, you're probably going to have to go get help from someone else. Go get help from a healer, someone who can help you heal and release that so that you can move forward. And for those of you that haven't, started praying and asking that God and Archangel Raphael come in and heal you, God works miracles all the time. Begin by praying. And if that doesn't work with your block, go find a healer that can help you get it released so that you can move forward into your heart's desires. Okay. Next card we have is Autumn Leaves. Quite a lovely card. So this is really talking about the changing seasons in our lives. Now this says autumn, but it's really a message about changing seasons, be it autumn, fall, winter, spring, summer. And this is really a message for us about the changing season of spring. It's talking about giving birth to new and exciting chapter in your life. Trust, be open to these changes, because I get it, some of you have been closed off. to the changes out of fear, out of worry, out of concern, out of, you know, having to let things go. So I'm getting for some of you, it's like addictions. I get for some of you, you're afraid to give that up because you're afraid, okay, what's really going to be on the other side? Because, you know, it gives you some sense of normalcy, a sense of, you know, they're saying like some of you almost like you go to alcohol to not have to feel emotions, but they're wanting you to know you're safe to get to that other side. Let that go because it's not serving you. It's not good for your health. And for those of you with the fear of moving forward in career and love, let all that go, because by doing that and letting that go and knowing that nothing's ever lost, because, you know, God doesn't take something from us unless he will replace it with something 100 times better. So if you give up that addictive drug, alcohol, I get for some of you it's not even a substance. I get for some of you it's like compulsive behaviors, compulsive, you know, shopping, or compulsive behaviors that are hurting you and others. By giving that up, by giving up your fear that's keeping you from moving forward with the love of your life, by giving those things up, God is going to bring you health, going to bring you vitality. It's going to bring you that soulmate, that relationship you desire, that dream job. But you've got to let it go because your new chapter begins. And don't be afraid to step into that. Next card we have is Wisdom. And let me look at the book because I think that's the last card of that deck, which is another signifier that you will close this chapter of your life in order to move forward. Yes, it is the last card in this deck. So what they're wanting you to do is to really just step into your wisdom, because you are very wise. I get that for a number of you, this is not your first time you've been here on earth. You're very wise, you're very beautiful, you're a very old, knowing, wise soul. And for you to know that the things that have taken place in your life, the course, everything's happened just how it's supposed to happen. And what they're saying is to not feel bad about how things have happened, to not let, you know, disappointments in others, being hurt by others, maybe not succeeding in a career or job or a business venture that you did. Don't allow that to reflect on you. That's all part of your course and your lessons to get you to the next step. And for some of you, it's almost you're looking back at, you know, almost as though how you reacted to something, and to not beat yourself up, because you did what was meant for you, and it's okay to have the strength to say no. It's okay to have the strength to speak up for yourself. It's okay also to have the strength and to know, because I get for some of you, you're looking back and almost like beating yourself up. Like for some of you, I get like in a relationship, beating yourself up for, you know, what did I do wrong? You know, was I really a bad partner, husband, wife? And you're really just beating yourself up. And then once you know is you did the right thing, that person wasn't meant for you. It is okay to stand your ground. You're not a doormat. You're not a doormat. You are a divine being. So what they're wanting you to know, step into your wisdom, really stand in your own truth, speak up for yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Be flexible with these changes, because I get that this is going to be a big, huge of change. Be flexible with that, because life is all about changing. And by being flexible and going with that change and the healing and releasing the fear, you are going to step into those dreams, those things that you desire. But just have the wisdom, have the faith, and have the confidence and speaking your truth for you and what you believe and what you desire and what you deserve. Because I get a sense that a number of you have, you know, they said doormat. Have been treated like a doormat, almost to the point where you thought that, okay, I deserve this. You don't deserve it. God's got something way better for you. Next card we have is Ascension. Now this card, typically in most readings, is actually, it's a message tied to, you know, people going out and into nature and getting back connected with the outdoors. Because when you're outdoors, you know, you do come to a place of peace. It helps you connect to the divine. But I get that there's a deeper meaning for some of you. I get some of you, you know, they were saying you're old souls and you're wise, and, you know, you've had many past lives. And I get some of you are so not get too spiritual on you. I get some of you are going through ascension symptoms right now. And I know some of you that may not make sense, but for some of you that's resonating with, I'm gonna let you know that that's okay. So by ascension, you're raising your vibration to a vibration of love, to be more Jesus-like, more coming from a place of love. When we raise that vibration as we heal, so for some of you that are older souls, you know, you've been here before, you're here to share your wisdom with others. You're here to help teach others. You're here to help heal others. You're here to help guide others, to help them get to a place of being healed, to getting them to a place where they are coming from their heart, coming from a place of love. But in order for you to do that, you have to shed all those painful experiences and those lessons and all of those things so that your vibration will raise, so that you are coming from a place of love. And I get for some of you, you are going through that process right now. And with that ascension, that rising into a place of love, of unconditional love, there are ascension symptoms. So you're like ascending, like they just said, ascending like Jesus. You're ascending into a place of love. But that doesn't just come easily. I've been through that. I know a number of people that have been through that. It's a I don't want to say painful process, but it is a challenging process. But when you go with the flow and you know that that is just simply to raise you so that you are coming from a place of unconditional love to help others, you can go with it easier, because with ascension comes ascension symptoms. So they want a number of you that are going through this and experience this to just go with it. Because you'll have symptoms, you know, you may think you've got the flu, you may think you've got a cold, you may think, why am I sick all the time? It's because your body is releasing the old, you are shedding that so that you can come back to a place of pure light, pure unconditional love. So go with the process. Just go with the flow, because the sooner you surrender and know that it's okay, you're just releasing the things. And then for some of you, you may need to reach out to some healers or some others to help you get some tips and ways of how to help speed up that release in order to decrease your symptoms that you're going through, because it does manifest in physical symptoms. When you're healing and releasing the past, you will have physical symptoms. You'll be flu-like, you'll be sick, you'll have mood, emotional swings. You can go through that gracefully. So ask that God helps you go through that gracefully. And what all they're wanting you to know is just giving you comfort that they are just preparing you. They're getting you to a place of unconditional love. And to not be worried. To not be worried. Don't be afraid. Ask God for help. Releasing, shutting the old, so that you can be here, be a beam of light to help Him serve, and to help serve people here with love. And you'll be a beacon of light to help them. But in the meantime, ask for help to get you through the ascension symptoms, because I get for some of you, this is a message. You are going through ascension symptoms right now. You're not aware that they're ascension symptoms. You think that you're totally sick. You keep going to the doctor, and the doctor keeps telling you you're fine, you're healthy, there's nothing wrong with you. It's ascension symptoms. You're okay. And the sooner you know that and surrender and ask and pray for help getting through that, those symptoms, the sooner those symptoms will go away. Next card is opportunity. So I'm getting, again, you know, new beginnings, where a number of opportunities are going to unfold for you. So I get for some of you to be aware of those opportunities, to not block them out, to open up to them, to not let past regret, fear, worries, apprehension of success, apprehension of things from the past occurring again. Don't let those stop you. Don't let those hold you in place. Really embrace the opportunities. But you're going to need to be open to those opportunities. You're going to have to embrace them in order to bring them to fruition. Okay, next card we have is focus on love. Let's see if we can focus on the card. Okay, if you can read the bottom of it, it says, look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. So I'm getting this is tied to love, romantic love. Because I get for some of you, you know, you've been hurt in the past, you've been burnt in the past, and so you've lost faith and hope in others. So I get for some of you, you have someone new coming into your life, but you're not really opening up to them because you're afraid. You've really closed yourself up because of what's happened to you in the past. And I get for some of you, it's almost like you've met this person and they had one characteristic or trait of your ex that burnt you. So all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm done, I'm out. So they're saying to not judge that person, because, and they're saying to focus on love. focus on what's good about that person, because by focusing on love, that's going to shift that negativity, that doubt, that worry, that concern. That's going to get you back into a positive place. And they're saying that this is a good person. This is a good partner for you. And for some of you, it's even like a soulmate, divine connection. But it's like they're saying almost like stubbornly, like a mule digging your heels in. You're just stubbornly not accepting it. And for some of you, it's because you've been hurt in the past. You don't want to get hurt again. For some of you, I get it's almost like you've got this vision of someone in your head of what your dream person will be, and that person is not the exact dream that you want. But really, if you dig down deep, I get that for some of you, you're going to find that you could have the dream person, but you're still going to find faults with them because deep down you're afraid. You're afraid of committing. You're afraid of moving forward with someone. You're mobilized by fear. It's not that person. It's you. It's you needing to let go of your fear, let go of your doubt, let go of your worry. Get yourself healed, because this is the partner for you. This is the one. So you really need to, as part of your healing, because you do have the one right in front of you, but you're looking at them as though they're a dragon. And they're not. They're actually your dream. But because of your fear, you're not moving forward with the person who could and is very well likely the love of your life. Sit down and really, dig deep and think, why? Why am I blocking that? Why am I running from this divine love, this gift, this person? Why am I doing that? And then heal it. Next card we have is the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. That's another repeat message on this one as well. Because what's really going on? Why are you doing that? What's the real root issue? Because I get that, if you're honest with yourself and you are willing to do the work to heal it, you are going to step into the love of a lifetime. But you have got to stop being stubborn, they're saying. That fear of committing to someone because, you're afraid of getting hurt. Like, why are you running from it? What are you afraid of? What are you avoiding? Because that person is not the person who hurt you in the past and left those marks. And they're saying gift from God. That person's a gift from God. It's a divine soulmate deep connection. And I get for some of you, how they were talking about addiction earlier, I get for some of you it's almost like you have this dream guy, dream gal that's in front of you, and you're really afraid because you don't want to get hurt, or you're afraid that, okay, I think it's too good to be true. For some of you, I get that you're afraid of giving up the addiction. So I get for some of you, you feel the strong connection with that person, but I get for some of you, you've got that addiction, that you've got the alcohol. For some of you, pornography online, alcohol, pornography. For some of you, recreational drugs. And I get that you're afraid that to have this person who you feel that divine connection with, to know that you have that addiction. But what they're saying is they've been giving you signs for a long time to get rid of that addiction. Period. It's almost like you don't want to move forward with that person because you're like, oh, well, I'm going to have to give up drinking every night, or I'm going to have to give up getting on porn every night, or, doing my drugs. They've been trying to get you to kick that for months, and some of you years, because it's very bad for your health, and it's affecting your health now for some of you. So they're saying shift your perspective. You have to change your perspective. This person isn't causing you to give up. You're not losing something. This person's actually helping you become a better, healthier you. Because your angels have been trying to get you to get rid of that for a long time. It doesn't serve you. And they've been trying to help you get rid of that to help with your health and to prepare you, because this is a divine connection. That person, that is a soulmate of yours. But you've stubbornly not been giving this stuff up. You've stubbornly not been wanting to commit. You've been stubbornly not wanting to move forward with that person. The inaction, a fear of taking the plunge, you get that fixed before you lose this person. Because for some of you, although I get that this person, they're saying that this is not someone to doubt, because they said for some of you, you have been hurt bad in the past. You're afraid it's not going to work out. It's going to turn out like past relationships. They're saying don't doubt this person. This person really, really cares for you. Do not question them, because they feel as strongly for you as you feel for them. And the connection is real. So don't question them. Don't doubt them. Don't let that worry keep you immobilized, because they're saying let all of that go. And for some of you, if you're doing that out of fear of past experience, fear of having to give up something, because that person is your opportunity for love. But you're going to have to get yourself healed and let that stuff go. And let me see here. They're wanting me to grab the card that's on the bottom of this deck. Okay. Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. It's again just confirming what they were saying. So for those of you, these last two cards that we're talking about, romance and love, this is a divine connection. It really is. And it's causing inevitable change. I mean, you can't avoid the change. So which is, you know, for some of you, like the addictions or whatever, the healing your heart, preparing yourself. I get that the angels have been trying to prepare you for years, but you've just, I don't mean to say stubborn, but stubbornly been avoiding that and not doing it. But I'm getting that you can't put that off any longer. You can't put off shedding and releasing. And for some of you, you're being forced to shed and release it, because this is all part of a higher plan and blessing for you in your life, which will ultimately bless others. And again, for those of you that really doubt it, this is your confirmation that, no, that is the one. It is a divine connection. Don't fear, don't worry. Get yourself healed, release the things, and move into those heart's desires, because this is going to be a very magical, so filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.